Main thing that I personally look for as an investor is the foresight and outlook. My strategy is to buy low and sell high in the future. And one of the unique prospects and aspect of me investing in Gwadar was just that. Gwadar is developing quite rapidly, but at the same time, the outlook is amazing. It's on the same track as Singapore 50 years ago, 20 years ago Dubai. That's my main reason. For the potential investors that are considering investing in Gwadar and saying that property value is already appreciated, I would say no, there's still time. Although there has been a few increases, but that is a good thing if you are an investor and looking for a big return in the future. Because if you look for an increase, that's a positive sign. So it has been a slight increase, even though it's still developing. So for prospect investors, I would say definitely right now is a good entry point. Why? Because Chinese officials and Pakistan officials are working together and developing this rapidly, with the key point is their main focus is now on Gwadar. When you have a tax-free zone, there's a big pipeline of industries and big companies that tend to flood in. Again, I'm going to refer back to Singapore or Dubai business model. We have seen that in history, and I see a great potential of the same thing happening in Gwadar. I've chosen CPIC for the fact of their credibility, their end-to-end business relationships, and how they approach the business case when they're talking about a plot, they're talking about investment. Everything is backed with facts. In terms of human interaction, in terms of other sort of admin departments, you can pick up the phone, call someone. You can pick up the phone, call admin or anyone. So my journey from credibility point of view, I'm very satisfied. On the scale of dissatisfied to very satisfied, I'm very satisfied. Being on the ground, initially I was skeptical. I was thinking, when we entered Gwadar, I saw a lot of empty land. I saw some signage, but no development was done, right? My worries were taken away right off the bat as soon as I entered CPIC development. Everything is boarded up, everything is divided into individual plots. I saw pipelines of electricity, I saw sewages, I saw water sort of supply. So from that point of view, I think you guys are way ahead of your neighboring developers. Infrastructure was laid out, and the roads were also sort of already laid out and built. So if I was to sort of compare CPIC to other developers, I say you guys are honest, you guys are serious, and you guys mean business, right? And that is from an investor point of view, I think that is a plus. I know there are other developers, but they only talk, they don't walk. I feel where there's amenities like golf, there's amenities, easy access to the beach, you have great views. I think that is definitely a win-win from investors' point of view and location point of view. One of the other things that I tend to look for in a property investment is location, right? And I think that particular development checks all the boxes, not only from a beautiful golf course, views, but I think the accessibility, like N10 motorway, I think highway is quite accessible and is leading to many different sort of areas. And I think CPIC sort of confirmed that there will be a sort of direct access road to the beach. I think that is one thing that I actually didn't know. Now that I know, I think I'm completely satisfied that where I have sort of invested in golf estate is definitely going to be a positive and great investment from that point of view. wherever a country tends to invest and prosper, there are always propagandas or fake news, or some external forces come in and try to propagate and make projects of this size, Gwadar size, as a failed project. There's always going to be these things. But as an investor, you have to look past that. My personal experience, I've done my own research before I came. I've spoken to local people. I saw a lot of sort of videos and things like that. That has corroborated that point. But what has verified it is me being here and actually seeing the security, the level of security, the seriousness of security. Just coming in here last night, we went through 4 or 5 different checkpoints, and the military guys are serious. They went through our bags, they took our IDs. I think that is, if you're looking for security, that is an amazing aspect. However, at the same time, when I went to Marine Drive last night as well, I had my phone out, I was walking freely, I didn't have weird looks from locals. I didn't see any of that, and that is something that I look for as an investor, because I'm a long-term investor, right? So if I was to put my properties on a rental or even move here myself, I think that's a great aspect, and that's what I was actually looking for. So that has been verified now, having dealt with GDA, with registration certificates and things like that, because the government wanted to be secure. Government want people, foreign Pakistanis or anywhere in the world, want to come here, want people to come here and invest as a good investment, a secure investment. I definitely see that on the ground. The business center that we are in, it was sort of built in like almost 6 months, right? So similar to that, I see in the surrounding area that I'm in, everything is fully developed. There are apartments, there are people staying here, Chinese officials, Pakistani officials. I think business is running as a BAU, business as usual. So from that point of view, I think I'm very satisfied. So how does valuation increase, right? It does increase with how the development is progressing and how many things are coming forward and what is in the future outlook. Gwadar is filled with sort of pipeline, and that pipeline is being realized now. So I would definitely say it is the right time to buy before you miss the boat. The promises and the master plan, when it was laid out, it was basically on the contingency that port is going to be operational and a lot of the sort of industries will be moving in. So I definitely see that with my eyes, definitely. I do see the port is operational, but it's not 100% utilized. But that is a positive thing, because there's a lot of sort of pipeline that is going to come through, and Gwadar port is going to be fully developed and expanded. I invested in it. I spoke to my family about it and my friends about it. Now they're bought into this. So my advice would be to other investors, similar to my other family members, that it is a great place to invest. It is a great, from valuation point of view, future outlook point of view, it is a great location. So I would say definitely, if you're interested in investing and you're thinking about, 20 years ago I wish I would have invested in Dubai or something like that, you can ride that sort of same boat now with Gwadar.